Hello, everybody. Welcome to the training. How are we all doing tonight? Are we good? In fact, give me some ones and yeses to let me know you can hear me before I start. I better put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. I didn't realize I was blind until I looked. 11111. You all right, guys? How's it going? I see quite a few old faces here that's been around for a long time. You all right, Olivia? You all right, Maury? Carl? Chris? There's loads of you guys. Going great. Are we all loving 3local? Let me ask you that question. He's absolutely loving it. It's the simplest, easiest, fastest, quickest way to do what we do. As you can see from my screen, I'm going to talk through what it is and how it does. Someone says black screen. Can anybody see my screen? Oh, Jan, you're all right. I can see. Jumped up. Bam, 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 bam. Yes, 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 yes. All right, cool. Loads of you guys. I'm loving it. I mean, in fact, give me a 2 in the box if you followed me for more than 5 years, for the last 5 years. Just give me a 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay. So there's some of you guys that's been around a long time. So you guys know Magic Page plugin, you know Lead Simplify, you know Page Rewrite, you know all the stuff that we've been doing for the last almost 10 years now, all the crazy things we've done. Right? 3local has hit the ground running so fast that within 7 days, okay, it had more users than everything else we've ever done combined already. Like now it's like probably over double what everything else in comparison altogether. Um, it's it's mental. So Jan's saying it's about to explode. This it is. It's gone crazy. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk through it. In fact, turn my face off first. Now I know you can all see what's going on. You should just be able to see my screen now. So basically, we've now introduced workspaces, and the reason we've introduced workspaces is there's two simple reasons. First of all, a lot of businesses have been messaging us saying, I want to add my SEO agency, I want my content writer in there, I want my link builder in there, I want my tech guys in there, I want my administrators in there, I basically want my team in there so that they can come in and basically make changes, edit things inside the system, and just do generally what your tech guys do. Submit to Search Console is the most important thing. We're seeing indexing through Search Console. We do submit everything in the back end for you, but we are seeing much better results from people that have submitted to Search Console. So we had that reason, but we also had agencies. We've had a lot of agencies sign up. And they're signing up tons and tons and tons of clients. And there's two different models that those agencies have been using. One of them is literally they're just signing the clients up, they're buying the profiles, and then their clients are paying them. And the other model, we'll call it the give and get paid model, which I'll talk to you about a little bit later, which has really exploded. I mean, we had one guy. I was checking earlier today. We had one guy earlier today who's had 532 businesses already sign up under his affiliate link, which is his give and get paid link. Which means in the next 10 weeks or so, I'm going to be sending him a check for about 25 grand, which is cool because he's literally all he's doing is helping businesses by giving this away. But there are other ways to generate revenue from that perspective. So we've had a lot of agencies sign up, we've had a lot of affiliates sign up, and we've also had thousands and thousands and thousands of businesses sign up. So this is really at the ground running. It's really started to skyrocket. So what is 3local? For those who don't know exactly what it is that have come on here, and this is your first time here, if you go to youtube.com/the @Mike-Martin, I'll put the link on the screen later. You'll be able to see the walkthrough webinar from last week, and we'll do our next walkthrough webinar is, let me have a look. It's the beginning of July. I think it's the 1st of July. The next walkthrough webinar after this one. So we do one every single month. We come on, I'll answer all your questions and go through everything you need me to chat to you about. So for those who don't understand, if you look at this picture on the right hand side here, if you imagine that's your local business on a map, okay, what happens is your website, okay, only generates lead sales and clients in that one particular location. Okay, so we don't need to touch your website. We don't need to go in. We don't need to edit it, change it, make any difference to your website. It stays exactly as it is. But what we do, what 3local does, is it builds SEO optimized web pages for every town, village, and suburb within whatever your target radius is. So this could be a 3-mile circle. This could be a 25-mile circle. and it will build SEO optimized web pages for every single service in every single location. Okay. So it basically it's designed to get you more leads, more sales, more clients through automatic SEO optimized page creation and enable you, the local business owner, to get more clients in a more cost effective way. Okay. And I'm seeing someone in there saying, I'm already charging customers $299 a month. Absolutely good for you, Ritesh. So that's what it's designed for. You can drop a pin, set a radius, keep your site exactly as it is. We build all the SEO optimized web pages in the back end, and then it automatically sends all the lead sales and clients, all the traffic straight to your website from all them areas where currently you're invisible as a business owner. It's designed to drive as much traffic as possible. And if you submit to Search Console, get citations in place and various other little bits and bobs, which your tech guys will do, you're going to see this absolutely explode. The power of location-based SEO. So for those who don't understand what location-based SEO is, if you look at this top of this triangle here, you at the minute, if you've got a website for your business, then you're probably getting clients from your website in one target location. And what you're having to do is pay for clicks from Google in every other village, town, and suburb that you want clients. Okay. But over the years, everybody is now searching more and more local. So back 10 years ago, people would go in and type in plumber or locksmith or roofer because they didn't understand how search worked. But now people are typing plumber and then in their tiny little village, town, or suburb where they're based, plumber close to me in and things like that. So what this does is creates optimized pages for money keywords. We're not trying to rank you for how to find the best plumber in Manchester. It's plumber Manchester or plumbers in Manchester or plumber in Middleton or Oldham or Rochdale or wherever tiny little village, town or suburb surrounding in Manchester that your clients are based. So this is real targeted traffic. It expands your coverage and it provides local businesses with SEO dominance online. Okay. Today I'm going to introduce you to Workspaces, so I'm not going to do a full walkthrough, okay? And the reason we did this, like I said earlier, was for collaboration, so that agencies can really start adding everybody inside of their workspace. You can now purchase under the same email address and have multiple accounts, so all your accounts are in one place. But not only that, if you're a business owner, you've set this up for yourself, and you should set it up for yourself because you want to control it. But then what you want to do is send an email out to your SEO agency, send an email out to your web design guy, send an email out to your link building guy or whoever you've got that does all your online pressings, your tech guy, or even one of your administrators from your staff, so they can go in and they can edit the content and do all the rest. You can now put them all inside of your workspace. So this works exactly like that. So how it works is you set up your account. Okay, so you go in and you'll see how to do that shortly. But you set up an account. It takes you about 2 or 3 minutes to fill in a form. We build everything in the back end. You invite your team members in. You set their permissions. So there's 2 different options for permissions. We were going to make it so you could set the permissions manually, but we thought, you know what, I've basically said all the way through, I want somebody who's left school and who's been doing bricklaying all their life and literally uses their computer for Facebook and nothing else to be able to use the software. So there's 2 different types of permissions. You can set up an owner, or you can set up a user. I can't remember what it's called inside the system. And basically what that means is a user is somebody who can do everything inside the system, but they can't add and remove people, members to your workspaces. And an owner can do everything that you can do. So you can put a manager in charge from your agency or whoever. You own the account, but they can add and remove people inside of the system and do everything else that you can particularly do. As long as you make your purchase with your own email address, it won't break anything. So you invite your team members, set permissions, and it's ready to go. So local business solution. So I'm just going to go through the 3 different business types that are using this at the minute. Local business solution with Workspaces basically means you can create your business profile. And as you can see on the side here, it's designed, your business is sat generating lead sales and clients here, but all these other tiny village, towns, suburbs is where people are searching local. And what it's designed is to generate lead sales and clients for you in that area. You can then add anybody you want inside your system, delegate the responsibilities, and you monitor the growth from outside. So that's basically what this has been set up for and how it's designed to work for a local business. It means you can bring in your experts, your admins, your wife. In a lot of cases, these local business owners, plumbers, roofers, electricians, I know their missus tends to be the what would you call it? Like the Rock that actually does all of the real work in the background, and they just go out and build walls or break into houses like I used to do, or break into cars like I used to do, and things like that. There's also the agency solution. What this means is you're going to be able to have all of your agency clients inside of one platform, inside of one place. And I'll show you exactly how that works in a minute, which means seamless client management. You can flick between client to client to client. You can do updates and upgrades inside of each client's account very, very quickly, very, very easy. And it's all in one place, so it just works. And then the give and get paid model, okay? This model is by far my favorite. So the person I was talking to you about before has used the give and get paid model. So he's gone to pages.3local.com. He's signed up for an affiliate link. And then what he's doing is he's going out to local businesses and saying, look, test this out 3 months completely free of charge. Okay. If you want me to log in and do any of the work for you, I charge you a one-time fee. So I'll charge you to write your SEO optimized content better than what's already done inside the system. I'll charge you to submit to Search Console. I'll charge you to do citations and link building. I'll charge you for these little things as a one-time fee. And then because he's going in and making sure that this is working for the client, he's getting his one-time fees. He's also getting commission, lifetime commission, 40% lifetime commission on every single one of these businesses that renew for as long as they remain a client with us. So literally you share your affiliate link, help you set up, provide a valuable service that you charge for, and then you earn lifetime commission as well. So that this guy, I was shocked today. I've looked at it. I knew we had a few people doing a few hundred clients. This guy had 532 clients already set up, meaning I'm going to have to send him a check for $25,000 in about the next 10 to 12 weeks. If realistically 80% are going to renew, not 100%, but the 80% that renew, he's still going to be getting 20 grand off me. Plus he's been getting paid for all the work he's doing, and however he's doing it, I don't know, but he's really good. We've got quite a few people that have done a couple of hundred already, which means they're up to nearly 10 grand, which is absolutely brilliant. The give and get paid model is amazing. The way it's set up and the way it works is everybody wins. Everybody wins. The client wins because you're going to log in and do the work for them, and you win because you're going to get paid for the work. You're going to get paid the commission, and you've got a vested interest in making sure the client sticks around. And everybody's going to win. So it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. So revenue opportunities is content writing, SEO services, submitting to Google Search Console is going to be a big one. Sharing it, posting it on social media. The buttons and everything are inside the system to do that now. Link building, which is your citations, your link building from the homepage of the website to the local.url is also a great way to do this. And then flexible business models, just so that there's a recap. Business owners are using this to set up and manage their own 3local presence, and they can invite all of their workers in. Agency managed, which is you purchase multiple accounts inside of one place and seamlessly manage all your clients in there, and you can charge whatever you want to your clients. And then the give and get paid model, where you share it as a free sign up using your affiliate link, you get 40% commission, and then they know, like, and trust you because you've just helped them get 3 months free access to this. And using that, you're then in a position where you can charge them for that and get 40% commission after 3 months. So they're the three main business models that I feel are where this is really going to keep growing. So the way to get started is very simple. In fact, this image on the right, I put this here on purpose, right? So a current business now that doesn't have 3local, you see this pin? That's their business, right? In the center of a map that's very, very clear. Customers can find it, stands out, it's big, it's beautiful, it's massive. But in all the other areas further out afield, all the target locations, as you can see, they're all they start to fade out as we come away from this. So maybe your little close areas, you're still visible a little bit, but then as you get further afield, like the areas over here, you're completely invisible online to your customers. And that's what a business website is like. What 3local does is it brings every single one of these pins into perfect visibility and enables people to see you in every single one of your target locations, not for one service, but for every single service you offer to a client. So you sign up at 3local.com. If you want to sign up as an affiliate for the give and get paid model, it's pages.3local.com. Set your location, drop your pin, define your services, and then build your workspaces and add all your experts in there and watch as your business grows, or alternatively, build it yourself. So that's where we're at. I am now going to show you workspaces. But before, I said to people, if you want to go over to youtube.com / Mike-Martin, you can use that. If you go in here, let me just quickly show you guys so you know what I'm talking about. For anybody who didn't see the previous video, we did a video a week ago. This one here, 3local.com live walkthrough training. That's over on YouTube now, so you can watch it. And the other one will get put on there in the next day or so, which is the one that we're looking at right now, just so that you've got that in there. It's in one of the playlists as well. I'm assuming it's 3local training or something like that, but I don't need to share that with you. You get what I'm talking about. So the next thing is I'm going to do a quick Workspaces demo. So what I've done is I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different accounts inside of 3local. So I'm going to come over to 3local, okay, homepage. I'm going to click on the user login button. I'm going to click in my personal email and I'm going to log in. Right, so basically, as you'll see now, we've got my site, my services, my locations, give and get paid, and then down here you've got manage workspaces, okay? So if you go into your workspace settings, in here is where you can invite people to come in. So you've got a member, not a user. You've got a member and the owner. The difference between the two is very simple. A member can come in and do everything you can do, but they can't invite other people into your workspace or remove people from your workspace. An owner can do everything you can do, and they can also manage bringing people in and out of your workspace and stuff like that. They're the only two options we've got because we want to keep this as simple as possible. Then you've got a tab here that says switch workspaces. So this workspace is the one that's owned by this one. And then what I did is before I went in and I made a second purchase with the same email address, me@mikemartin.uk, and I added this one. So if I switch to this user now, that's how quick and easy it is to switch to this user. I can go over to my site and you'll see it's not been built yet. So I could fill in the form and build the site very, very quickly. I won't go through that today because you can watch that on the other video that I've just shared a minute ago. So if I go back to switch workspace, I can switch back. And if I go over to my site now, very quickly, I'm in the Locksmiths Weymouth site, as you can see here. Okay. So next thing I want to do is I'm going to show you how to add your additional email accounts inside of the system. So you've got two options. You can either send an email to somebody who hasn't, and when they try to log in, there'll be a button there that says they get a token. They'll get an email address with a token, and they put the token in rather than their email address, and it automatically sets their account up for them straight away. Okay. The other way around is what we do is we send out, we log in as our other users, and then we invite people to use the account. So I'm going to go in here and click log out. Okay. See this button here? Sign up with your invitation. So if they click that, it'll ask them about a token. They put their token in here, and that token that they get emailed will automatically set them up an account and give them access to your workspace. Alternatively, if you've already got accounts, so let's go over to this one first of all. Let's click on that, and I'm going to click login. So as you can see here now, I've got my site on this one is local.moreleadslocal.com. So what I would now do is, 1 second, let me, typical, software's not letting me do what I need to do. I'm just trying to copy my email address from this list, but it's not, it doesn't want me to. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to manage workspaces. I'm going to go to workspace settings. I'm going to click do that. I'll set me up as an owner so I can do whatever I want to do in there. And I'm going to click invite, right? It's that simple. If I now log out and log back in here as this user and click login, you'll see I've got a little notification at the top here. Look, getmoreleadslocal@gmail.com wants you to invite you. If I click accept, that's it, done. I'm inside that account, look. I can switch to or I can leave. Okay, now if you look on the left, I've set myself up as an owner. So this is owned workspaces, which means I've got full control. Okay, so if I now go to manage my site, this site's got a 4-mile radius. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Wait there. Let me go back. See, I'm in the wrong one because I can see what the site is. So if I go switch to More Leads Local, and then I go back to view my site, I can now do all the edits and changes and everything to this client site or this other site that I want to be able to do. So the other thing I can do is I'm going to log in as a different one now. So I'm going to log out and I'm going to come back and I'm going to log in as this one and click login. And then what I'm going to do, let me go and get my other email address again. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on manage workspaces, manage settings, paste that in there. I'm going to do it as a member this time and click invite. Okay, so now I've just invited this email address, MikeJMartin3, okay, which is set up as a different one. So if I now log out and go back into so you can do all these at once, just log into each of your accounts and invite your email address, which we'll do next. I'll go in and invite a load. So we'll do this. I can go up here, I can click log out. Now if I log back in as me again, and then click log in, I'm now in a position where I've got it again, another one. So if I click accept, as you can see, it's on the right hand side. So the reason it's on the right hand side now is simply because I'm not classed as an owner, I'm classed as a member. So members go on the right, owners go on the left. These guys have got full access, these guys haven't. So if I click switch to, and I go and look at the website, what I like to do is so it's Waybuild, okay? I don't even know if I've built this one out. Waybuild.co.uk. So what I like to do is give them a name I'm going to recognize. So what I can't name, oh, I know why I can't name it, because I've not got the settings, because it says Mike's Workspace there. So I want to switch back to this one. This is the primary. Got workspace settings. Okay, I don't have workspace settings as a member. That's one of the, we don't have access to this, so I can't rename it. So I've just found that out myself. So you don't get to rename them if you're only a member. But if I go into workspace settings, switch to a workspace, and I switch to that one, as you can see, I don't have access to workspace settings, so I can't rename it. So it remains what it is. So you'd have to basically go in and look here and know which site you're managing. But if you're setting somebody up as an owner, they can actually rename the workspace for you. So you rename that workspace in your profile rather than them renaming it because they've not got the access. So if I was to go to switch here, I can go in and I can rename the workspace up here. That's called Mike Martin UK. So what we're now going to do is I'm going to invite as owner, and then I'm going to rename each of them in front of you so you can see how to do it for quite a lot. So what we're going to do first of all is I'm going to log out, and I will answer your questions in a minute, guys. I can see tons of questions coming in. I'm just going to go into each of the ones I've got currently set up to show you what I mean. So I'm going to go in as that one, click log in, and then I'm going to go into workspace settings, manage settings. I'm going to add myself as an owner so we can rename the workspaces, because these are all called Mike's Workspace. If you have a look, hopefully the owner will have named them something better and we won't have to log in and change them. So I'm going to click invite. Then I'm going to go back over to this one. I'm going to click log out. I'll paste this one in, do that, log in, and I'm going to invite again. So we're going to go back over to manage workspace, workspace settings. I'm doing it this way so you've seen it done quite a few times, so you've got no reason to not know how to do it. And then we're going to invite again. So I've invited myself to my own workspace again from that one. I've got 3 more to do, so we'll just do them quickly. Log out, log in. I can see all the emails coming through on my phone telling me I've been added to workspace or workspace settings. We're going to invite me again as the owner. Invite. 2 more. We're going to go to log out, log in. I'm going to go and grab the other email. 1 second, guys. It won't take long now. We've nearly done. But as you can see, I'm doing this with 9 different setups. So this is the fastest possible way we could do it so that we could get you into each account that's been invited. So when I log in now as myself in a minute, we should have a ton of accounts in there that we just have to click accept. I can't say the word. Paste that one in. Boom. Log in. And I'm going to invite myself. This is the last one. But what you'll see is we've now going to have a ton of workspaces that we've got control of. Invite this guy as an owner. Invite. Okay. And then we go log out. Paste that in. Log in. And as you can see, I have a ton more workspaces. So I'm going to click accept. Click accept. I click accept. I'm going to click accept. And I'm going to click accept. And then now we're in a position. So I've left these named like this on purpose. Okay, because what you're going to have to do is switch to each of your workspaces that you're an owner in. Click on the website. So I'd call this MR Autos. So I'd go here, workspace settings, MR Autos, and then I would click save changes. I'd switch back to workspace. I'd switch to this next one down. So I know which site they are now. You could just use the domain name if you want. So this one's made in Weymouth. I'm going to go back to manage workspace settings. I'm going to paste, I'll paste that in there, get rid of that. So I'm just naming it the domain name now, just so we know exactly what site it is. Switch workspaces, next one down. We're going to switch to it. You click on my site, get the URL, automedic.co.uk, manage site, workspace settings, name it that, get rid of the slash, switch account, switch to this one. So as you can see, I'm doing everything multiple times here, so you can see exactly what we're doing and you know exactly how to do it. There should be no questions about how to do this afterwards. Autoelectrician.net. So we're going to go to manage workspace, manage settings, paste that in there, save changes, switch last one, switch to site, carelectrician.uk. I don't think we've built that site out yet. Manage settings, paste, slash, and save. And I believe we are done on the demonstration. You can now see that I can go into switch workspace and I've got access to all these different workspaces and they're all named carelectrician.uk we're currently in. So if I wanted to go and switch to any of these now, Morley's Local, for example, switch to it, go in, make any edits to the homepage, any edits to the sections page, add any additional. This has got 6 services. We've not added them in there, but literally I could go in, manage the services, add additional services, do everything that I want to do, come back out, switch to the other one. Any questions? This will right, guys. I will ask you to put in 3 question marks for any questions, and rather than going through all of the previous questions, if you just pop your questions back in from now, because I can see that Ritesh was the most recent question. Will this work for Mexican restaurants? And the answer is yes. Any business that gets local search online, this is going to work absolutely brilliantly. Links, please. What do you want the links to, Nadine? Sorry. Right. At some point in the future, would it be special cities, towns throughout the country? So right, let me show you that quickly, Carl. So if I go back into here, my site, okay, and I click this red button here, add custom locations, as you can see, I've got 19 custom locations. So this website, if I click on my location, covers all of these, every single one of these. We've got 2 services in every town, village, and city inside of that big, massive radius. But if there was a special area I wanted to add something else, like Kingston Maud, let me just check it's not there. It's not. Is that it? No, it's not, right. So you see that one there, that Kingston Maud. So if I wanted to add another one, I would just go over it, that Kingston Maud Ward, or whatever you call it. I'd tap it. Kingston MAURWARD, right? And then I scroll down, I click save and back. And then if I go back over to my site and I click publish, and then I click view the live site, you'd be able to see, let's go over to SEO agency, and the one we've just added was called Kingston something or other. I'm not seeing it, but it's definitely there. Let me just go back to this. No, it's definitely been published. It might just not have got live yet. Okay. Okay, it's not gone live yet, but that basically, if we look on the, because there's thousands and thousands of sites in there now. If we click on the preview, that will be in there because we've just added it. So I just felt like I'd seen it. So that's how we add custom locations. So we literally just go in, add the custom location by adding it in here, give it a name like that one, and it basically creates the page. If you want to delete your custom locations, you can go in and just click delete and they'll automatically delete. The global ones won't delete. You have to keep them. They can't be edited because they come from our server, but you can add additional locations in there. Right. Can we buy? Okay, 1 second. Let me have a look down here. Can we buy blocks of accounts so we can begin charging? Can we buy blocks of accounts so we can charge in before the 3 month period? Said we offer them a 30-day trial. Yes, you can. Like, okay, just let me explain this one. Sorry, who was that asked? There's that many questions coming up now. Kenneth, we're not taking the 3 months free away. Okay, the price might go up, but we ain't taking the 3 months free away. I don't want businesses to sign up for this and it not work, right? And then I've spent money. I want every single person that signs up for this to get 3 months free, and then they're in a situation where they've already made money, so it never costs them anything. So you don't need to sign up in blocks. You could just keep going for the 3 months free. That's not going anywhere. The price may go up, but you'll have already been paid. Your client will have been paid, and if the price does go up, it's not. I'm not got it planning to go up before any time before the next 4 to 5 weeks. What if I wanted to target cities like Northampton and Manchester? You'd have to use two separate domains at present, or make the radius big enough, Carl. And that's just is what it is at the minute, mate. We're not putting multiple locations on this because it's designed for one small local business. So you'd either need multiple domain names or you'd have to make a big radius. We're not adding multiple locations, and there's no plan to do it anytime soon. This is specifically designed, like Magic Page plugin does all that absolutely brilliantly. If you know what you're doing, Magic Page plugin does exactly what's on here, and there's more flexibility and stuff, but it's too complex for business owners to do it themselves. We set this up so small local businesses can just literally set up with one, do it themselves, and then think, right, I want my SEO guy in here. So he goes over, clicks on his workspace settings, and invites him, and it just works. Have them pay us direct. Yes, of course, you can have them pay you direct, and you just set up as many accounts as you want with me. And you just pay that account yourself. So now that you can have as many accounts as you want under one email address, so if I only need to log into this one account now, and I've got access to all of these different sites, you can now purchase. So these two here were both purchased under the same account, under the same email address. So this one, so see, the one I'm in at the minute, this one is owned by this person. If I switch to this account, it's owned by this person. If I switch to this account, it's owned by this person. But if I switch to this account, it's owned by me at mikemartin.uk. And if I switch to this account, it's owned at me at mikemartin.uk. So as you start to buy them out your own money, you just rename each one so you know which client it is or which URL it is. And then you're in a position where each one of these that you purchase, you own control and you can charge for this. And it's very easy to set up and do everything you need to do. But like I said, submit to Search Console for indexing. I'm in an area that is not heavily populated, in a 4 mile radius, and need to get to another town. Will there be a way for smaller towns? Okay, so you can set the radius. If I go into the site, right, this one's got a 4 mile radius on it, but let me go back to manage spaces, workspace setting. No, let's go to, and let me go to more leads local. Right, and we go to the site. As you can see, this one's got a 14 mile radius. Okay, so you can go as big or as small as you want just by clicking. We do charge on a per mile for going bigger than the 4 miles, the standard 4 miles, and then you get 4 services as well. And then obviously add custom locations means you're in a position where you can add as many custom locations as you want. So not as many as you want. I think you come with 5 as standard. But obviously, as you can see on this, I've got absolutely loads and loads and loads of custom locations in there. I've got tons of locations covered. I don't know which color is custom. Let me just have a look. So if I go in and, okay, it doesn't tell me, does it? In fact, I know that Kingston Morrod was a, so it's green. The green ones are the custom locations I've set, but all the blue ones are the standard ones anyway. So it covers pretty much, there's not much missing if you look around. Most of them are automatically covered. So you can do what you want with that. My site, right, let me have a look. Oh, sorry guys, I've got loads of these asking questions. Okay, that was Greg, last one. Each domain that is added with an email address invitation must also have that new CNAME added to their registrar before the account goes live, correct? Yes, the CNAME needs adding, Thomas, to every single site. Otherwise, our pages can't go live onto the actual domain name itself, which is this. In fact, I'm on the thingy, but if I go to the live site, see that one, local.morleyslocal.com, we can't act it. That's why that CNAME has to be added. It's got to be added. And there's instructions in how to do it very, very easily inside the system. You just can't see them after you've done it because it's already connected. But every time you add a new site, that CNAME thing will show up. Let me have a look. Steve, I might hope you're well, bud. Those 3local class as doorway pages in the eyes of Google if the overlay is in place. I've not had any problems with any of the overlays. Quite a few people I know are setting these up and just designing them. Keith did a demo on it last night for us inside of the Brandjacker Society group of how he's doing it. But you can add the images at the top, make them dynamic, and do all that stuff. It's so literally if you've got a web page, and if I click right click and I click copy image address, and then when I'm editing the page, just paste that into the page, it automatically adds the image into the page for you. So you don't need to drag them from anywhere. Just go to the homepage website that you've already got set up, any images you want to add, right click, copy image address, and then just paste it in when you're working on in here, when you're adding content. So all I did to add that was right click, copy and paste, and it just adds the image inside for you. You don't need to drag the images in or upload them and do all that stuff. It just pulls them in via the link from the homepage of your website. We did that purposely because we wanted to keep it as simple and as easy as possible. Right, one sec, guys. I'm just scrolling down every time because, right, the custom locations are important to me because in one city we have 400 postal codes. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't do a page for every postal code unless that every postal code is getting search. Just simply because that seems massive overkill. And you want location, and you're going to do a page for every service as well. So obviously, you would do a page for every single one of a service, and then every single one of these, as you can see, we've got 68 locations. But if I go over to the sitemap and I command an F local.more, oh no, that's not going to work if you don't spell it right, Mike. You can see we've got 179 pages. So even though there's 68 there, times 2, and then for some reason it looks like we've got 3. But this has got 179 pages in it, so it's very yes, 400 locations for one website would seem a heck of a lot. I would imagine that would probably maybe not work unless there's search for every single one of them. Each business has its own workspace. Exactly, Ritesh. Yes, each business has its own workspace. You can buy it via your email address now so that you control it and keep control, or they can purchase via their own email address. Just go over and test it. I mean, literally just go and grab one now on the 3 months free so that you in your own email address, and you can see exactly what I mean. You use the same email you've already used in the past, and it will automatically add them straight into your workspace now. So your workspaces will be down here, and you'll just have accesses, and you'll be able to see here exactly what workspace you're currently working on. So you said buy from the same email. How does it separate? It just separates it into workspaces now. So this is what we've been working on because you guys was asking for it. So even though they're on the same email address, they've got these little stupid codes here. See that? So that workspace code is WS89NOF. That workspace code is WS395PU. So they all have these random codes that's generated. Look at that one there. 55,260 WO. So these are randomly generated, I believe, numbers, but these is what the system knows which workspace it is. So it generates these rather than connecting it to your email address. It connects it to its own workspace now, and then the email address is used because you're the owner of that particular workspace. So when we click switch to, the owner is the person that buys it via whichever email. So you can buy as many as you want. Um, Right, need instructions on how to set up my first customer. Sold it for 10 miles. How much will that be? Right, so a 10-mile radius, you'd need to add additional 6 miles on top of the 3 months free. So that'd end up costing your customer about $60 a month and then $70 a month after 3 months. But obviously you could purchase that for them, and if you've sold it, you just purchase it through your own email address. It's really simple. You go to 3local.com and just sign up for 3 months free, and then when you go in and you add, and it's on the walkthrough video. So if you go to my YouTube channel, go through that walkthrough video. That'll tell you everything you need to know on that one, Ritesh. Okay, I've done the covering multiple accounts. So as soon as you go, so you that what I did before was adding the members to the system. These are sites we've already set up under different email addresses. But if you go in and buy now with your own personal email address, any accounts you set up will automatically be added inside of your system straight away. Right, Mike, if I want to white label, never let the client know about 3local, collect the money and pay you. The free offer after 90 days begins at $10 a month, so we'll be charged the $10. You will, after 3 months, you'll be charged $120 for the year, Kenneth. We only do that bit on an annual because it's $10 a month. If we're checking $10 a month, we get a payment fee every time. It's the same amount if we do $120 one-time fee. So because we're trying to keep this as low cost as possible at the minute for everybody, so yeah, you pay for that. You set your client up, do what you're doing. You just need to go into their domain name and add the C name. That is it. They don't need to know how you're building these local pages. You just go into the domain, add the C name, and you do everything else, and they'll have it on their local page. If you can go into their home page, so if you look on More Leads Local, for example, I've added just that little there. It says local pages right down the bottom. See it? You click on that. That takes me to the local site. If you can do that with their domain, brilliant. Submit to Search Console is important for indexing. And then, yeah, and then obviously sharing it in social media as well is pretty important, which is done from share site. You can share it to any social media and stuff there. Right, let me just try and get back. I've got to try and scroll and find you guys. Which domain do I submit to Search Console? So when you're setting up on Search Console, you do the one on the left. Okay, so it actually gives you two domain options. It gives you a subdomain option and a domain option. You submit the primary domain to Search Console. Once you submit that, you then go in and you get this sitemap here. And you submit that sitemap into Google Search Console there. So click on that, it'll open Google Search Console. You submit that sitemap to Google Search Console. That'll go in and visit all your pages and start indexing them straight away. That's on the previous video as well. Is it possible to change the central locations once I pick this? It's not, Mirror. It's not, no. There's no way of changing the central location. And because this is designed for businesses, 99.999% of businesses are always going to have the same central location. If you decide to change a central location, we've not added that into the system as yet. Will there be a replay? Yes, Keith. How do you monetize? You can sell leads. You can sell the service to clients. You can do it on your own business and generate loads of leads for your client, for your own business. Um, right, Mike, do we have a WhatsApp group for us affiliates where we can collab and ask ad hoc questions? We don't at present, Jan, but what I will potentially do is get my team to set up a, I can't remember what it's called. My lad uses it for setting up servers with him and his mates on. But if I get my team to set up a server where we can all go in and do that, because I like that idea, but I don't like the idea of doing it on a WhatsApp because, as you probably know, one of my team thought it was funny to put my phone number on the bottom of emails to 3,000 clients, and my phone blew up to a point where I had to change my number. So I don't want to do it as a WhatsApp because of the phone number situation, because we've got hundreds and hundreds of affiliates already. But what I will do is get them to set it up on a, I can't remember what it's called. It's some sort of server. But I'll get my team to do that, and then I'll email everybody so everybody who's interested in 3local can join the server. And what I'll do is, as affiliates sign up in future, I'll get it so that they're automatically added to it. I can't remember what the server's called, but right. Right, is each account only set up with a unique email? No, you can use your same email address every single time now. Discord, there we go. Cheers, pal. Yeah, Discord server. I'll get that set up. So if a customer business is in one zip code but wants to market in another zip code, are you able to do that? Yes, of course. Yeah, that's a brilliant question, actually, Ritesh. So, for example, let's say you've got a client who does, let's say, car valeting, and he's based 10 miles out of New York City, okay? So he's based 10 miles outside New York City, but he knows that the majority of the car valeting jobs is going to be in New York or in or around New York or across the bridge or somewhere like that. So he wants to target there. When you set his account up, you set his account up with the central location that you want. And then when you set the radius, it'll always work from that central location. So it doesn't matter where their website is based, but we connect it to an existing website because when we did the research, we found that 99.999% of businesses that have actually got off the backsides and done something to try and grow the business have already got a website. The people that don't have a website, in most cases, I just never bothered to. They're not trying to progress or get any further forward or do anything like that. Whereas 99% of businesses that have got websites, that's why we did this on the local dot rather than the www dot. We don't want to build full websites. We want to add this onto existing websites. We don't have to touch the website. And yes, you can do exactly what you've just said. So, for example, if you're looking at my screen here, if I was in Warmwell but I wanted to target Weymouth, I could just literally set my central location. When I do this, in fact, I've got one that's pre-form. So if I go to switch to Workspaces, this one's never been set up. So when I was setting this one up, I'd go to my site, put in business name. I don't want to do it because I don't know what website I'm going to do on here yet, but I'd put business name, phone number, website address. I don't know what site I'm going to use. When I click continue, I'd select the services. Then when I click continue, I'm going to set the central location. I'd set the central location as somewhere over in Weymouth instead of Warmwell that I was showing you on the thing. Let me switch back to that one. Go over to my site. So I'd do Wareham, was it? Or Warmwell? It was one of these, wasn't it? So if I wanted to target here, but I was based over here, I would just use this central location. Let me have a look, guys. Fully agree on phone WhatsApp issue. Yes, like for a roofing company. This is absolutely brilliant for roofing companies. Back in the day when I was doing my locksmithing, at first I tried to set up in like loads of different industries and I failed really badly, simply because I was just trying to do everything, not just focused on one. But then I focused on locksmithing for a good few years. We got that doing 6 figures a month, and then we started to focus in other areas, and we made an absolute fortune in emergency roofing. So what we used to do is whenever there was a storm, so if you're doing like Florida and places like that, have terrible storms, emergency roofing, they'll pay anything just to get someone out to patch the roof up. Because I've always tried to go after industries where I can take a fee up front, so I can say, right, send me 100 quid, and then we'll send someone out, and then the cost of the job you pay for when it's been done. So I can get paid instantly. And that was one of the things we did was emergency roofing all over the UK. And whenever there was a storm, the phone would start going mad at night, and they'd be like, "Oh, is there any chance you can get a roofer out?" And I had like multiple roofers on the books, and they'd go out and they wouldn't say, "We're not going to come out and do all the work that needs to be done." The client would have to sign something when he got there to say, "Look, we're patching this up. It's temporary. It's still going to cost you 600 or 1,000 or whatever it was, just to patch it up, and then you're going to have to get another roofing company out tomorrow, or you can get us back and we'll do a proper job when the storm's finished. We're patching it up for the storm." And we made a fortune doing that. So roofing is really good for this. We did really well with roofing. I have a business that's listed on Google Maps, but when I create Google Maps, when I create, the pin is not on the maps created by 3local. I don't understand that question. Oh, the pins are in the wrong places. These. Yeah, they're slightly out, but they're actual. The longitude and latitude is right. So when you're using this image here, the pins are slightly out on a few of them. Like, look at that one there. That's Lulworth Camp. That's West Lulworth. What's that one? East Lulworth. That one's Tyneham. But some of them are slightly out, but the longitude and latitude information that's needed for the back end is correct. Does Keith do walkthrough training on this? I only ask because he mentioned he did one last night. I'm not sure, Eric. I'm not sure what he's doing. I'm going to do a monthly webinar walkthrough from start to finish. So on there, that's the one from last time, a week ago. The next one's due to be done on the 1st of July. And there'll be a full walkthrough where we set up a new site. So at least I'm going to be building at least one site a month with this. Jan, do you have a script or funnel to upsell this into ring fence solution, especially if you rank this first within days? We can legitimately claim huge FOMO. Yeah, basically what this was done for, Jan, originally for the ring fence marketing guys, is so that you can give them this as a lead magnet. If they sign up for ring fence marketing, okay, and they're paying for ring fence marketing as a client, we're happy to extend the free trial for as long as you want on this, so you never have to pay for this for them. So you can say, look, use this for the first 3 months. If this works, sign up for ring fence marketing and do the paid stuff, and then we'll extend this so you never pay for it. And we're happy to extend it in our end because we know you're paying for ring fence marketing anyway, so we don't care. Would it be better to set up a central location by postcode that the business is registered in rather than the city name? I don't think it matters because it's about search. It's not really about the postcode. It's about search. People search for plumber Manchester or roofer Manchester or electrician Manchester or chiropractor Manchester or whatever. They don't search chiropractor M24. And I know they do some search in the States for zip, but it's minuscule in comparison to the search that's getting done for keyword location. The pin for the business is not shown. It won't show the pin for the business. It'll just show the pin for the central location. Lee? I think on the homepage one of this site here, I believe my site, let me have a look. Got a live site. I believe this one does pull in the Google Business Profile, you see there? Just with the map pin, but it won't always pull in that using the standard map. But what you can do, in fact, let me show you. It's pretty cool actually. I can go into your edit homepage. So I can go, and instead of having that standard map pin down there, see mine says map query equals more leads local. So let me just get rid of that one. And let me go in and put this shortcode map in. Click on that. That's just going to be a standard map code, yes. So save changes. Publish. Live site. If I scroll and look at that now, it still pulls more leads local in. Damn it. Right, it's still pulling it in because the GMB is right there. The Google Business Profile is right there. But if we weren't on the Weymouth page, it wouldn't. It's still pulling it in, but the reason I put that in is so that it definitely pulls it in. So the way you do that to get it to pull in the business name is you go in here, and instead of having that map shortcode, you want wave over map. You see this one here that says dog walking? Click on that and then change dog walking to the name of the business. More Leeds Local. And then click Save Changes, and that then will force it to pull the, and mine's pulling it in anyway, which is a shame, but it will force it to automatically pull in the GMB based on that name. Google Business Profile, not GMB anymore, is it? GBP. Right. What are mandatory things needed? Okay. What are mandatory things needed from the business owner to set up 3local right the first time? So realistically, you only need the business name, the industry. So sorry, the business name, the location, the website, okay, and the services that they offer. As long as the central location that you're going to be targeting is correct, you're in a situation where the website can always be edited and changed afterwards, because obviously you can go in here and make any edits to anything you want. You can edit the URL structures, you can edit this, you can edit the content. So even if you get the niches that they're going after wrong, it doesn't matter. You can just go in and make edits in here anyway. It just means writing the content out yourself. But obviously you've got AI generate and AI shortcuts in there as well to help you with it. So you can change the tone of it. You can generate content based on keywords and things like that. So you've got all that stuff inside of there as well. And there is a token limit on that, so you can't keep writing and end up costing us a fortune, because we've done that purposely, because we want to make sure that we can afford to keep offering this at the lowest possible prices. I don't ever want to put the price up on this. I want to try and keep this as low cost as possible, so businesses can make an absolute fortune and agencies can make an absolute fortune, and anyone doing the give and get paid model can make an absolute fortune. So all you guys are generating as much money as possible off the back of this. I don't want to ever put the price up if I can help it. Right, 1 second. You are too fast. Sorry, I'm excited. I can't figure out. So you say I need to have the search console from the business owner to submit the sitemap, or I can do on my end without touching theirs. So what we normally do is I normally have the domain name inside of Cloudflare, and when you click Add to Search Console, it will automatically register it using your account, but it needs to add something to the domain name to submit to Search Console. But if the client's already got a domain name registered, which they should have if they've got a website, it's a 2-minute job. We went through it on the previous video, and Keith has done some training recently just to show people exactly how to submit to Search Console. I can do some more training on that, Peter, if you want. I will send a support ticket. Yep, support at mikemartin.zendesk.com. In fact, you don't need to. Inside here, there's a support tab down the bottom on the right. So once you're logged in, just pop a support ticket in there. We've also set up another thing recently where if you want to ask me questions direct rather than going into support, mikemartin.uk/question. We've got a form, and if you put it in, I'm going to go through and answer them live on the YouTube channel every week. Sorry, I don't see all the pins within my radius like in yours. Okay, so when you click on here, you don't see the pins here. You don't see the pins here. You see the locations. But when you click Add My Location, that's when you see the pins. So we've only put that on this bit because it slows the system down a lot, putting all these daft pins in place. So we've only put it in when you're adding new pins. So you can look at the pins by clicking on Add Location. Add My Location. There's an option to pay $120 for the year or $10 per month. There isn't. No, there's one option, $120 a year, which is $10 a month. After the 3 months free, we've taken all other options off. There's no other option on there at all now. Yes, Ritesh, I will. This is recorded, and what I will do is I will post it to my YouTube channel, and probably Georgia will send an email out with the replay video as well. So if you want to rewatch it, there will be a replay getting sent out. Guys, I promised to keep this down to an hour tonight. So any additional questions can be submitted via support or via the support tab in here, or go to where if you go to mikemartin.uk and click on the Ask Me Anything button. wait there, right here, I will do a video that answers any questions that anybody's got inside of there. So I'm just going to say thank you very, very much for all being here. I promised to keep it to an hour, so we've done it. Muchas gracias, Daniel. Thanks, guys. Perfect. Thank you very, very much. All right, guys, I'm going to say thank you very much. Cheers, and I will see you all on the 1st of July for the walkthrough. Cheers. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.